final instructions.
You know what to do, exactly how to carry out our instructions. Do as hard as you're told. Good luck to both. May the best man win.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 or 3-minute rounds to the WBC Lightweight Championship of the world.
So is this the crowning moment of a distinguished career for Billy Schwer, or is he in too deep with this brilliant champion from Denver, Colorado, Stevie Johnston? We'll soon find out. Johnston says he'll have a good look at Schwer early on. They've both watched each other on video. Johnston, a small, quick, cagey southpaw with dazzling skills at times. Very important for Schwer to be able to stay with him, you'd feel, in the early rounds, not be chasing the fight as it goes on.
Well, the first thing that catches your eye, and Schwer looks so much bigger than Johnston. He looks a weight above him.
Schwer, we think, will carry more power, but can he make it tell? It's very hard to hit Johnston cleanly. Great win last time out, almost punch perfect against the high-class Angel Manfredi. Johnston are 3-1 on favourites, roughly, with the bookmakers to keep his crown here. You're right, Schwer looking almost lanky by comparison, and he isn't really. It's likely to be a high-class battle of skills and technique. Good left hand, that, from Schwer. Twice more, too. Sharp punches from Schwer, who's looked in top form in recent European title defenses. He's given up that crown to concentrate on this big effort tonight. Little nod of appreciation from Johnston. Schwer makes the more positive start.
Yeah, Schwer starting very sharp. Johnston's just looking a little relaxed at the start and being picked up with an excellent jab from Billy Schwer.
Johnston, who describes himself as a box fighter, can do a little bit of everything, he says. And you believe him somehow. He was a US amateur champion when he was only 17 and has taken it from there. Sharp with the jab there, Johnston. Both of them have been known to cut up in the past. That could become a factor, though. Schwer has solved the problem over the last couple of years, he thinks. Massive support for Billy Schwer, but they can't get in there with him.
Nice start from Schwer, picking off the punches from Johnston, beating him to the jab and looking nice and springing a step and looking good. Good round for Schwer.
It really was a good start from him. Welcome back, Billy Schwer, who's used yoga, meditation, hypnotherapy, even hanging upside down to stretch his vertebrae as part of his preparation. He's meticulous, and he started well here, Glenn.
He started very well. Good concentration, as you thought he would, but he was just beating Johnston to the punch, and it looked quite over-relaxed, Johnston.
Second round. The American, I'm sure, though, has other gears. He may have been on a reconnaissance mission in that first session. Lovely right hand from Billy Schwer there. Beautiful shot, perfectly timed. Look at Johnston, fast with the left. Billy Schwer and his trainer Jack Lindsay have watched hundreds and hundreds of rounds of this American until they know him almost better than he knows himself. Just listen to the atmosphere here. A little bit of blood by the side of the nose of Johnston, coming from his nose.
There's a solid left hand from Johnston. He's just, you know, going on flat foot, bending his knees. He's looking to try and get more power in his punch. Looking a little more purposeful in this round, Johnston.
Out of range with his jab. Schwer wasn't. No sign yet of Schwer looking outclassed or out of his depth. Nothing like it, not yet. Hit the gloves with the right hand. It looked a flashy punch from Johnston. Both of them wearing the puncher's gloves, raised gloves tonight.
Now he's starting to mix it up, Johnston, looking for some variety, trying to alter his combinations to head and body.
Fast hands as well. Stevie Johnston calls himself little but bad. That doesn't mean he's a bad fighter. It's sort of American boxing slang for being bad to have to face. It's a very decent start, this, from Billy Schwer. He's right in that argument.
It's a sponsored FA Cup, live on Sky Sports.
Working that corner, Jack Lindsay, who's been with Billy Schwer all the way. He used to spar till he was 56 years old. And Mickey Duff in there, too, looking for his last world champion.
Good work there. Nice little uppercut through the middle of the guard from Schwer.
Just a little graze under the left eye, nothing more for Schwer. Cutman Denny Mancini just putting a little grease on that between the rounds. This is the third round. Schwer trying to do it for Britain, complete a hat-trick after Lennox Lewis and Paul Ingalls triumphs in this memorable November. Schwer has to take fast left from the American, but comes back with one.
Well, he's doing so well with the jab, Billy Schwer. That's normally a hard punch to land against the southpaw, but he's beating Johnston to the punch.
Johnston's trying to lift the tempo, got there with the right hand. With Schwer, got in with a good left hook as well during those exchanges. He's trying to raise it, Stevie Johnston, here now.
Well, Johnston, I think, already will know he's got a good challenger in front of him. He's been picked off with the jab an awful lot. And this is from somebody who's normally prides himself on being elusive.
Clever little right hand in close from Johnston, who's beaten current world champions like James Page and Charmaine Mitchell. Both score with the jabs. Some blood on Schwer's face. Let's have a look. It looks like by the left eye. Now that's trouble. Trouble for Schwer. That's what he didn't want. Not again. Third round. He has the cuts damage for the first time in 2 years. And what a night to get it.
Well, now we're seeing Johnston just go through the gears a little bit. He's starting to look good, mixing it up and just getting the punches in before Schwer's ready for them.
Johnston's got a little cut on his face as well. And you wonder if the blood is just transferring itself. We're trying to get a closer look between the rounds. So some drama here as the tempo rises in round 3. Johnston is starting to cause some more serious problems now. Oh, cracking left hand. And that cut does look bad by the left eye. Denny Mancini will have some important work to do.
This has been a good round for Johnston. He's mixed it up, the head and body. Just starting to show his class.
Fourth round. Stevie Johnston a bit slowly off his stool. It's not really a stool, it's a chair he's got in there in that corner. Not quite an armchair, but it's got a back to it. Never seen that before. The champion in the blue trunks from Denver, Colorado, Stevie Johnston. Luton's Billy Schwer going for glory here, but with a little bit of cuts damage. Good work with the jab. Every time Schwer scores with a good punch, the very sportsmanlike Johnston gives him a little nod of appreciation, but then comes firing back himself.
Well, he knows that he can't allow Schwer to establish control from centre ring, so he comes firing back with good punches of his own. But Schwer has landed well with the jab. That could be a key punch for him, but he's got to try and keep busy and keep accurate with that.
Two high-class technicians in there. Looks like more trouble by the eyes for Billy Schwer, and the cut by the left eye has opened up again. This is what caused him so much trouble in his first world title attempt against Rafael Ruelas. You just have to hope that they can do an effective patch-up job. Schwer must not let this put him off his task.
I don't think it will, and he's been used to cuts and in the big situations enough. He'll know he's just got to get on with his job, and he'll know just let Denny Mancini handle that side of it.
Some of these jabs are hitting the gloves of Schwer. All the time, too, these two are working each other out like refined chess players.
Schwer has to keep the jab working. He's just now starting to let Johnston control behind the jab.
Blocking quite a few on the gloves, but not getting home with too much himself. Schwer at the moment. I think the cut definitely has had some effect on him. Just for a moment, maybe his first priorities are defensive. Welcome back to Wembley Arena. Billy Schwer with cuts damage, and Steve Johnston, the champion, going through the gears a bit now. But Schwer has landed more punches so far in the contest, according to the computer anyway.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think Johnston's the busier. Schwer time's looking good behind that jab. Now we're starting to see the repertoire of Stevie Johnston.
4 rounds gone. This is the 5th. Definitely, we think, anyway, a punch that caused the cuts damage. It wasn't a clash of heads. Due to go 12 rounds. WBC Lightweight Crown. Can Billy Schwer do it after so long in the business? He really does have his work cut out. Oh, that was class from Johnston there. Blurring hand speed. Dazzling combination. And he's finding angles for these shots now.
Yeah, he then, you know, the first one was a jab and a left, then an uppercut and a left. Now we're starting to see the skills of Johnston. Schwer's got to try and keep him off balance. He's got to try and nullify him. Doubling up the jab would be something that would be effective.
Johnston full of clever little moves. Looking more elusive as well now. Looser, trying different things, confident. Has the look at the moment of a fighter who feels he might have taken Schwer's measure.
Well, he certainly can't underestimate the grit and determination of Billy Schwer and how much he wants this title.
Well, if popularity won world titles, Billy Schwer would have been a world champion years ago. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Schwer needs to be doing more. Otherwise, Johnston is going to steal the rounds and start to pull away on the scorecards. And then Schwer will be left in the position of really having to chase it.
Well, he's just allowing Johnston to get off first. He's got to busy himself up, Billy Schwer.
Oh, another classy sort of right uppercut and hook and a big, big left hand. But Schwer's answer is a great left hook of his own. Tremendous action in the fifth.
That was a good answer back from Schwer, but it was a terrific combination from Stevie Johnston. Now he's going to the moves and a cut on the nose of Billy Schwer to add to his troubles.
His face is a mess. Cutting up Schwer. He's slashing punches. Schwer with another good shot himself, a right hand this time. He's also got a cut under the right eye, Schwer.
Well, that left hand is viciously fast.
Johnston is turning on the style now. Well, Denny Mancini is going to be the busiest man in that corner. Look at the fifth round stats. 25-7 landed in Johnston's favour.
Ian, and that's a bad cut to the bridge of the nose. There's a lot of damage there. That's quite bad, that one.
Whatever they're paying Denny in there tonight, it needs to be more.
Well, he's going to really earn his money tonight, but just look at the skills and the repertoire of Stevie Johnston. Such a wonderful rhythm, bringing punches up from all sorts of angles, in total control. Schwer gutsy and courageous, fighting back. But look at this work from Johnston.
Lucky he's not a big puncher, because that left hand was an absolute crackerjack. Doctor did have a quick look at the cuts damage that Billy Schwer has sustained. He looks as if he's just climbed out of a car that's been in a road smash at the moment. Here's the sixth. Schwer for Britain in the white trunks. Said he didn't want to fight for a Mickey Mouse title, wanted to go for the real thing. This is the real thing, but it is like the north face of the Eiger for him at the moment in there.
Well, there's more blood around the right eye. The damage is getting worse.
Is it going to be a carbon copy of the Rafael Ruelas defeat for the IBF title in '95? Good doubling up on the jab from Schwer, and every punch he lands is being cheered like a goal for Luton Town by his hometown fans, who've made the short journey down the M1 tonight. Somehow needs to do something to break the aura of confidence that Johnston has at this point.
He does. I mean, he's just got so confident, and obviously with his face a mask.
Keep the punches up, says Larry O'Connell. These two are exemplary sportsmen, by the way. They don't go in for any of the silly trash talk.
But Schwer just needs to land that solid punch that can really get the attention of Johnston.
Really good four-punch combination from Schwer. It's not often he's been able to put that many together. It's a better round for Schwer, this. It's really showing some grit, Billy Schwer, here now. Matching Johnston punch for punch in this round.
Well, still the better of the combinations for me coming from Johnston, although he's fighting back well, Schwer.
And the fighters know they're in the last half minute of the round. It's the thing they want to leave with the judges. The last thing the judges will remember when they jot down the scores will be what happened in the last half minute. Fighters know that. Well, we said he had the odd off night. Unfortunately for Billy Schwer, this isn't one of them.
It certainly isn't one of them. He really does look a very good fighter. You know, so composed, such a good rhythm. And however hard Billy Schwer comes back at him, he just has the answer. Had some good spells in this round, Schwer, good jab, and then brought it into a hook. But Johnston just comes firing back. And that long left hand from Johnston has worked and has hurt Schwer throughout this fight. They're stinging combinations.
But all 7 of his world title wins, Stevie Johnston, have been on points. He's never stopped anybody yet in a world championship fight. There's always a first time. Here's round 7. A case here of Billy do be a hero. He'll need to be. The blonde hair of Schwer's is now smeared with blood.
Well, you get a look at the defensive skills of Stevie Johnston there, just moving his head, dipping his legs to get himself out of range.
Yes, he's a sensationally schooled fighter, isn't he? The Schwer fans won't appreciate me saying it, but it is a privilege and a pleasure to watch such a high-class operator in a British ring.
Well, he's shown, you know, the best of world class right from an amateur. You know, he has ducked nobody. He's come right through, fighting world champions right through his career, Stevie Johnston.
Hit the gloves with the right hand that time, Johnston.
Well, the crowd doing everything they can to instill some motivation into Schwer.
Blocked that left hand with the glove, and that shot too. He's taking a lot on the glove, Schwer. But a few are getting through, and you only have to look at his face to know that. Tentative with his southpaw lead for a moment, Johnston. A lot of these not really getting through. Not quite so sharp, but that was a good right on the turn from Schwer. Good left jab and a cut by the right eye now of Stevie Johnston. So another little twist. He cuts too. And now an advertising hoarding has gone into the ring, and it was almost a case of Johnston tripping up.
And that right eye of Johnston's also swelling up.
This absorbing action, maybe there's still hope for Billy Schwer. Making a target of the cut left eye of the American now. American corner, by the way, as we look at that cut right eye, have been complaining about the whatever it is they're using on the cut nose of Billy Schwer. That's a bit of byplay going on.
He's capped the other guy.
John Morris is having a word with Larry O'Connell, Secretary of the Board of Control, talking to the referee. We don't have microphones in the corner, so we can't give you the authentic version. That may have been where the cut happened.
It could have been. That's a good jab from Billy Schwer. Well, there's pandemonium in the corners.
It looks like they've got some sort of plaster on it, which would not be allowed. Supposed to be using 1 in 1,000 adrenaline solution.
Well, can this just instill a bit of hope in Billy Schwer? The cut on Johnston's eye just levels things up a little.
Well, Johnston's on his bike a little now. Does that change his psychological outlook? He's got 2 of his uncles, by the way, working the corner with him, along with Miguel Diaz, who seems to be about in every corner you see these days.
He's a busy man, Miguel Diaz.
I hope they're paying him for it. That's good from Schwer. He's battled on through this red mask now for about 3 or 4 rounds.
Well, that's how I've got it. I've got Stevie Johnston pulling away 69-64. But that takes nothing away from how well Schwer is trying to cope with the cuts and how well he's fighting back.
Kenny Mancini has done a heck of a job. The eye seems to have stopped bleeding. It's only the nose now. The cut damage for Johnston doesn't look too bad at the moment. But the round's becoming a little more even again. That's a cracking left hand from Schwer.
Well, for me, Schwer having the best spell in the fight for him so far. He started this round well.
Getting down towards that point in the fight where it's who really needs it, who wants it, and I think Schwer aches for it. There was the feeling, some were wondering whether Johnston might have seen this as a routine defense. He brought his family with him, his daughter, his wife, his mother, his auntie, his uncles, and Uncle Tom Cobley and all, but that hasn't reflected itself in the ring.
But I think maybe the cuts bothered Johnston a little bit. He's gotten his bike more, hasn't boxed with as much authority in this round.
It's gone a bit negative, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I think maybe it's just got to him a little bit being cut. And this is, for me, definitely Billy Schwer's round.
The crowd sense it as well. Schwer just coming back a little, and he needed to. Johnston looking to finish the round, flashily though. Doubling up on the jab. Good last half minute by Johnston, but a big right-hand counter from Schwer. Welcome back. 4 rounds to go. How have you got it, Glenn?
I've got Stevie Johnston 4 rounds up at this point. Frank Maloney almost in the ring himself.
I've got it to Johnston by 3. They're complaining about what they're using on that nose. Some suggestion that tape's being used, but whatever it was, the round seems to be over. 9th round, bedlam here. Schwer being cheered to the echo. He's been unbeaten in his last 9 fights. Sold £100,000 worth of tickets himself. Only a loss of balance by Johnston. Crowd at the back of the hall thought that he was in bad trouble there, but we're sitting right by the ropes and he wasn't. But the right hand was a good shot from Schwer.
And there's the answer from Johnston. Good combination, which again brings the blood flowing from that nose.
He's a fighter with no obvious weakness, Stevie Johnston, bar lack of real power. Schwer somehow has to try to claw this back. Judges may be seeing it a little differently from Glenn and I. Mexican, Thai judge and an Austrian tonight.
Schwer's got to find something in where you've got to wonder what can he do, to turn the stem.
Just listen to these Luton fans now, and a few others as well, not from Luton.
That looked a decent right hook from Johnston, just bent the knees of Schwer.
Uppercut and a left hand from Stevie Johnston, another straight left. Billy Schwer must be in pain, you'd think, from this facial damage.
Well, I think a few of the last combinations of Johnston have hurt Schwer. You've just seen the legs shudder. They're strong, they're solid punches.
He's really setting himself for them as well now. Digging his feet in. Get himself more leverage. The atmosphere here is sensational. Well, this is a Steve Johnston round, Glenn, isn't it?
Yes, it's a good round for Steve Johnston. That right hook and that straight left have worked so well for him. It's been a painful round for Billy Schwer tonight.
And watching at ringside his 21-month-old daughter.
She seems happy enough with the way things are going. Clapping her hands.
Sure she doesn't call her dad a little bit bad. There we are, great world lightweight champions, some wonderful names there. Joe Gans, Benny Leonard, and all the way through to Roberto Duran, who took the title off Ken Buchanan from Scotland, Alexis Arguello, Julio Cesar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker. It's a division with a wonderful, wonderful history.
Larry O'Connell wanting something taken off the nose there.
Here's the 10th round. 3 to go. Johnston, we think, ahead. Significantly so. Any chance the judges might be seeing it a bit different, you think, Glenn?
There's always a chance. There's always a chance they could be seeing it differently. I mean, I find it hard. I've got Johnston in a 5-point lead, looking very good and getting better as it goes on. Stubborn resistance from Billy Schwer, but just doesn't have the skills to do anything with this very talented American.
Just finds an angle for his punches all the time, Johnston. His balance, superb. He's a master craftsman, all right. Courteous, respectful family man who deplores the phony ballyhoo that sometimes accompanies the boxing business.
Well, he's trying with the right hand, but the first one just slipped over the shoulder of Johnston.
It's his misfortune, Billy Schwer, to be in with a very, very high-class operator. He could have gone for one of the lesser versions of the title, and maybe at times tonight in there, he wishes he had done. If Billy Schwer is to lose here again in a world title attempt, well, you just have to say that it was his misfortune to be in with somebody this good. There's no shame in losing to Stevie Johnston, if that's what it's to be.
Well, he wanted to win all the titles that mattered, the British, the Commonwealth, the European. He did that, and I think he always wanted to win a world title that mattered. And he's in there with the best of the champions. Well, he's got that excellent rhythm. Johnston just on his toes and whips in another stinging left hand.
Flicking out southpaw jabs, whipping in big lefts, and it looks a hopeless cause for Billy Schwer now. It really does. His face is an absolute mess. Fight total of punches landed. Johnston 36 more. It's been a contest of almost exclusively head punches.
Well, Johnston showing his skills, looking for the angles, missed with the uppercut, but the right hook landed, and it's getting harder and harder for Schwer in there. It's really, that's just his character that's keeping him in there. I think a lot of other fighters may have turned around and had enough, but he's still trying to claw something back.
Looks like Billy Schwer is going to join the list of nearly men who couldn't quite win a world title, a list that includes the fantastically talented Dave Charnley, the Dartford southpaw, who was twice beaten by Joe Brown, though everyone who was there, except the referee, swears that he won the second fight. Referee Tommy Little had to be taken out with a police escort that night. Such was the protest at Earl's Court all those years ago. Soccer-style chanting for Billy Schwer, but he'll need more than that. Referee stops the action and wants the photographers to stop leaning on those boards on the far side. The one that says www.frankmaloney.com.
Well, we've often said that those boards are going to cause a disaster one day. Often do we see boxers tripping over them.
Yeah, need to think about that. The British Boxing Board of Control. Fighters can trip on them if they encroach into the ring.
Started this round from Schwer, landing with a good combination.
He's shown such bravery, Billy Schwer, in the face of a very hot talent. What bad luck for him, really, that the cuts problem has re-emerged tonight of all nights.
Yes, but he's kept, that's bound to put him up, but he's kept to his task. He's kept trying to do what he does, but really I think it's more the fact that the skills of Stevie Johnston, that you can tell he's so good.
Schwer scoring with these occasional left hands and sometimes a following right too, but by comparison Johnston is whipping in these combinations from time to time. In his amateur days, Stevie Johnston even beat Shane Mosley, who was the world's top lightweight until moving up to welter recently. Mind you, Mosley had a couple of wins over him too. Good uppercut from Billy Schwer. Still he has the class.
Johnston looking to catch the judge's eyes, finishing the round big.
Schwer got him with a right cross in there, and it was probably better than any of the Johnston shots, but the volume of work coming from the American late in the round, he does this every time. It's almost like he's got a clock in his head that says 30 seconds to go, step it up now.
Well, it hadn't been a bad round for Schwer, but I think the consistent punches of Johnston maybe have just won him this one as well.
There's also the impression with the judges as well, isn't there? One guy who's not unmarked, he's got some minor cuts damage, and the other one whose face is an absolute mess. One of them looks like he's losing all the time, doesn't he?
Well, that's right.
There's an optical impression, isn't there?
That's always a factor that makes it worse, but I do think Johnston doing more. You see the fight total punches down 169 to 124.
How do you have it now, Clem?
I've got Johnston in a big lead, 7 points clear at this stage.
I have it by 5 to Johnston, but we can argue about margins, but it looks like Billy Schwer needs a knockout. Mickey Duff, 70 years of age, been around the boxing business for half a century, wanted his last world champion before retiring. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Billy, Billy, Billy. Chant the Luton fans, and Schwer goes for it, knowing he needs a knockout. Just imagine the mayhem around here if he was to somehow do it.
Well, he landed a couple of good punches, and all it got was a little smile come across the face of Stevie Johnston.
Just forgetting the science now, Schwer. He knows he just has to throw punches and gets in with a right hand. Johnston refusing to be dominated, and a hurtful-looking salvo from him too.
Well, he's covered himself in pride, Billy Schwer, with this effort. He's trying right to the final bell, but he's in with the multi-talented Steve Johnston.
And that really has been the biggest problem. Not the cuts, the guy in front of him. Big right cross from Schwer, though. Uppercut from Stevie Johnston, who says, OK, if you want to play this game, I'm not going on my bike. I'll stand there with you.
Well, he's got the pride of a world champion. He'll want to finish this like a champion. But this is a big effort from Schwer in the last round.
It's a fantastic effort, really, after all he's had to take and the damage he's had for so long. Talk about fighter to the sole of his boots. It'll take a very, very good man to take this crown away from Stevie Johnston.
There's a big left hand in from Johnston there, and Schwer tried to come back with his. You can tell the clock in the head of Johnston ticking now. He's going to try and start finishing big.
Got a left hook in, Schwer, but among his many, many other attributes, Stevie Johnston has a great chin too. Marvellous effort from Billy Schwer. But like just about every other lightweight in the world, he's just in too deep with this fellow.
Well, it's been a great effort in the last round from Billy Schwer. I think he's probably took the last
Well, Stevie Johnston has started his celebration. The bell goes. No effort at all from Billy Schwer to pretend he won the fight. There can be no doubt, I think, that Stevie Johnston has retained the WBC's lightweight crown. There is no fairy tale ending for Billy Schwer. But if there is honour and pride in defeat, he's certainly earned plenty of that tonight. No sentimental end to the Mickey Duff story as well. We await the scorecards of the judges from Mexico, Thailand and Austria. But it looks like Stevie Johnston, watched by his little girl. Not that she would have understood too much of it, I don't think. Looks like a third successful defense of a second reign.
Well, he hasn't come out of it unscathed, Stevie Johnston. He's got a few marks as well. A bad cut to the right eye. But look at the face of Billy Schwer. He gallantly fought on throughout all of that. And it was a terrific effort, but I don't think he did enough.
118, 112 is how I've got it.
117, 111. I've had it. But I think the Luton fans can't be disappointed with their man. It was still a tremendous performance from Billy Schwer.
Mickey Duff has acknowledged defeat. He says to us, leaning over the ropes, reckons it was about 8 rounds to 4 for Johnston, and that comes from the Schwer corner. That's what it's been about. The green and gold belt of the World Boxing Council. That's their controversial president, Mr. Jose Sullivan. Here comes the decision now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 half-full rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision. Judge Jose Guerra scores it 118 to 110. Anik Hong Tong Kam scores it 118 to 110. And Judge Walter Schall scores it 118 to 110. All 3 judges in favour of the winner and still the WBC Lightweight Champion of the world, Stevie Johnston.
And the crowd accept it. Johnston wins it 10 rounds to 2 on all the cards and retains his title. Billy Schwer, honourable defeat. We'll take a break now, and afterwards we'll come back with some reaction for you.